Hey guys and girls, how's it going? I hope you guys are having a great week. So I'm back today with another games related video. Now this one is going to be focusing on Destiny 2. About 2 or 3 days ago, we had a live stream from Bungie where they revealed a lot more information about the new game and also some of the changes that will be happening. Now if you haven't seen the live stream, I will put a link to it in the comment section below, so please go ahead and check it out if you haven't seen it. But this is some of the things that we learned about Destiny 2. So the first thing that we learned is the release date. It will be coming out worldwide in September, specifically on September the 8th, and will be available on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. And for the first time, Destiny 2 will be available on PC a little bit later. They haven't said when the release date is going to be, but it has been confirmed it will be after September, but it will be available to purchase through Blizzard's Battle.net system, so you'll be able to download it from there and play it. We got to see a little bit more about it. Now we got to see a little bit of the main campaign. There will be a solo campaign which will be called the Red War, and Bungie have promised that there will be more cinematics than ever before, and I'm very happy to hear that because for me, one of the biggest things lacking in the original Destiny game was the story and the lack of cinematics. And I found that really, really irritating and annoying and disappointing because the world and the universe and the lore has so much potential. So I'm really to see that they're going to be putting a lot more focus and effort on that. We got to see a little bit of the one of the opening story campaigns, which was called Homecoming. The game is going to be set roughly about a year after the events of Rise of Iron. It's going to focus on the Red Legion, which are a faction of the Cabal who are led by Dominus Ghaul. And the basic premise is that he believes that the Traveler's Light should not have been given to the human race, that they didn't really deserve it, and that he wants that power, that light for himself. So pretty much at the beginning of the game, shit hits the fan, and he attacks the tower, the last stronghold for humanity, and pretty much the Guardians lose massively. And then, from that loss, the Guardians lose all their abilities, their ability to use the Traveler's Light, and become sort of divided. And it's our goal to basically regain our powers and also reunite the Guardians. It looks like we're going to get to see a lot more of the big sort of three. So we're going to get to see more of Cayde 6, voice acted by the lovely Nathan Fillion, Ikora, and Commander Saval. So it looks like we will actually be interacting with them a lot more and trying to, I guess, get their support or see how this loss for the Guardians has really affected them. So that looks really, really interesting. We did find out a little bit more about some of the new sort of gameplay changes as well. So there will be new weapon slots. So instead of having sort of a primary, secondary, and heavy ammo sort of weapon types, instead now we're going to have kinetic weapons, energy weapons, and power weapons. There are going to be some new super moves which we got to see. So the Warlock will get something called the Dawn Blade, which is this sweet ass looking move where you can jump in the air and sort of use a blade to shoot down sort of phoenix bolts at the enemy. And it looks really cool. It looks just badass and really, really awesome. The Titan will get an energy shield which they can create. They can use this to charge into enemies and also to use it as like a projectile weapon. So very similar, I guess, to Captain America and how he uses his shield. And the Hunter has something called the Arc Strider, which is this huge energy bow staff that you can use and swing around and do acrobatics and attack people. The new powers look really interesting, so I'm sure there'll be a nice addition to, I'm hoping, the existing powers that we have already. There will be more focus on planet exploration. There are going to be 4 planets confirmed that you can explore. Those include Earth, Titan, Nessus, and Io, and you'll be able to explore these planets. Now, the planet exploration has been improved from the looks of it. So as well as having the patrols that we've always had and treasure chests and loot and things like that, we will now have a few new things. So we have something called Adventures, which is basically where the Guardians can now interact with NPCs and take on sort of story-based side missions where you'll be sort of partnering up with them and helping them. I really like that. I think that's really interesting. There are going to be treasure maps that you can buy perhaps and find, and also something called lost sectors, which you can get from talking to NPCs and discover where their locations are. And these are like underground dungeons that you can go into, and at the end of the dungeon there'll be a boss that holds a key to unlock treasure chests which contain, you know, valuable rare loot and that kind of thing. Of course, there's going to be all new weapons, all new armor, and new exotics and new things that you can collect. It looks like they've improved the map as well. So now you're actually able to see the locations for all these sort of missions and things on the map, including public events and where and when they're going to happen. So that's going to make planet exploration a lot easier. And now you can activate any missions from planets. So you don't have to go out into orbit to activate the next mission that you want to do. And I'm really, really happy with that decision, because that was one of the most annoying things in Destiny, is having to go back out to the planet and the loading times and how that pulls you out of the game, and it was, you know, it was quite a needless waste of time basically. There are also going to be new strikes as well, including a strike that they did mention called the Inverted Spire, a new raids, and lots of new things. PvP is going to be slightly changed as well. It's now going to be 4v4 across all game modes. I'm not sure I like that, because I did like the whole 6v6 control. I like the smaller dynamic of sort of 3-man cells and 3 versus 3, but it means that you can bring more of your friends in and actually make a team as well. Wanting to build the community, they've introduced clans. Now, clans have always existed in Destiny, but now you can actually create and manage those clans in game. So that's really cool to see. And you know, they have new clan banners and descriptions and things like that. And as well, they have something called guided gaming, and that's basically to allow gamers that are solo players really, that struggle to find 6 friends to play online all the time, and therefore couldn't access certain elements of the game, like for example the raids. I know it's a problem that I had a lot of the time when I was playing Destiny, that I could never find enough people online at the same time to want to jump into a raid with me. So now you're going to have guided games, and that's basically going to allow you, if you're looking for a team to play a raid, or you want to jump into a raid or check it out, you can now actually temporarily basically look for a clan and choose the clan that you prefer the look of, and you can join you know, a raid that they might be doing. So if there's like 5 of them and they're looking for an extra person, then they can make that available to anybody that's looking to jump in. So I really like that. I think that's a great idea, and it's going to make it easier for people to find the kinds of people that they want to play with, and be able to you know, gain access to those elements of the game, because I know raids are were a really fun side of the original Destiny. So I think it's a good idea. They have also confirmed that there is going to be a beta. It has been confirmed that it'll probably start off as a closed beta, most likely for those people that pre-order the game. And I'm sure at some point there will be an open beta available as well. So they have confirmed that there will definitely be a beta. So we did learn a lot about Destiny 2 at the live stream. Some of it, some of the changes are definitely good. It looks like the gameplay and the combat is pretty much what we expect, the same as in the original game, with a few tweaks, and that's not a bad thing, because the combat and the gameplay and the powers in the original Destiny were a lot of fun and were one of the strongest elements of the game. I like the fact that they're focusing more on cinematics. I like the whole clans and guided gaming. I think that's really good. But the question I want to put out there to you guys is, even after learning all of this information from Bungie, are you actually going to pre-order the game? Are you going to buy the game game when it comes out in release in September. Now, for me, myself personally, I am divided. There were four of us basically that were big fans of Destiny, and we did play the original game. Myself, Dante, Edge, and our friend Sam. We often played a lot of Strikes, Crucible. We did really enjoy the original game, but I'm torn about pre-ordering it because for me, one of the biggest things that really, really annoyed me with the original Destiny was the lack of story, the lack of main campaign, the lack of content, the fact that a lot of the content was hidden behind a paywall, and just the general marketing campaign and the way in which all the DLC content was released by Activision, during the course of the first sort of first 2 years. I really did not like the way that Activision sort of did business. I thought the DLCs, when they came out as individual packs, were massively overpriced for the value that's there. I felt like a lot of players that bought the game were almost punished because, new versions came out like the Legacy Edition, which had all of the DLC included for the price of the original full game, or for $34.99. So if you'd bought the game day one, and I did, I queued up at midnight at game to buy that game because I was really excited and really looking forward to playing it. And I just got burned a lot by Activision's marketing plans. So I'm going to say for myself personally, no. I'm not going to get this game on release in September. I am not going to pre-order it simply because while I think the game will be fun and I think it will be good, I want to find out what the content is. I want to see what people's reviews are saying about the story campaign, how much content is actually in there, and then I'm going to wait to see what their marketing plan is going to be in terms of future DLC and how they're going to price that up and what we're actually going to get for our money. So I'm not going to pre-order it because I don't want to support what they have done so far. I feel a little bad for Bungie because I think a lot of the pricing and the DLC and choosing like what content to release with the main game, I think a lot of that might be taken out of their hands by Activision because it's them that are publishing it, it's them that will be making those sorts of decisions. And one of my really close friends actually works for Bungie. He does a lot of the music and the sound effects for the Destiny games, and I want to support him and I want to support all the hard work and effort that he puts into it, and I want to support Bungie because I did enjoy Destiny and I do like what they do, but I really dislike the marketing and the plans and the DLC stuff, all the bullshit that came with it last year, and I think that is down to Activision. So I'm going to speak with my money and I will not be pre-ordering or buying that game in September. I'm going to wait and see what people say about it, and maybe I'll get it sometime in the new year. I'll wait and see what my friends are going to do as well, and because I don't want to play the game solo, I want to play with people online. So I'm going to wait till it comes down in price and see what the reviews actually say about it. So those are my thoughts generally on Destiny 2 and everything that we learned at the live stream. Let me know what you think of Destiny 2, what your thoughts are on it. Will you be pre-ordering it? Will you be buying it? What do you think of the new changes that Bungie have introduced? Let me know in the comment section below. Hope you guys are having a great week. Take care, and as always, happy gaming. A little bit later, they haven't said when the release date is going to be, but it has been confirmed it will be after September, but it will be available to purchase through Blizzard's Battle.net system. So you'll be able to download it from there, and new game and also some of the changes that will be happening. Now, if you haven't seen the live stream, I will put a link to it in the comment section below. So please go ahead and check it out if you haven't seen it. But this is some of the things that we learned about Destiny 2. So the first thing that we learned is is the release date. It will be coming out worldwide in September, specifically on September the 8th, and will be available on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. And for the first time, Destiny 2 will be available on PC. Play it. We got to see a little bit more about it. Now, we got to see a little bit of the main campaign. There will be a solo campaign, which will be called the Red War, and Bungie have promised that there will be more cinematics than ever before, and I'm very happy to hear that. Hey guys and girls, how's it going? I hope you guys are having a great week. So I'm back today with another games related video. Now this one is going to be focusing on Destiny 2. About 2 or 3 days ago, we had a live stream from Bungie where they revealed a lot more information about the